Hey YouTube, it is King Pengu here, coming at you with my latest deck profile. I'm trying to make it a weekly deck profile, most likely going to be uploading every day on Monday from now on. But today I have Infernoids. It's not going to be the best, the most competitive Infernoid deck ever. It's missing things like Siphon Lord Omega and the rank 7s. But it's just a fun deck to play around with your friends. It's pretty cheap, it's pretty budget, I'd say. I kind of just threw it together with the cards I had laying around, so without further ado, I guess we can get into the deck profile. So for the monsters, we got 3 Decatron. It's your Foolish Burial deck on legs. It's the tuner. It's probably one of the best cards, the best card in the deck, my bad. Then we got the one Deviati and the one Unuku. Heavy Storm, Dark Hole. Nothing much needs to be said about those, except she can negate a spell trap. A monster effect, and then Unuka can negate a spell or trap card. Then we have the one Pure Magus. Then we have the 2 Harmodic. I prefer Harmodic at 2. Then for the other 2, we got the 2 Antras. Then the 3 Sitesimus. The 3 Atondel. And then for the last Infernoids, we have Triple Patrulia. That is it for the Infernoid monsters. For the rest of the monsters, we have 2 Raiden and 1 Lila. I'm thinking about bumping Raiden up to 3, but for right now, I like him at 2. For the last monster, we have 1 Card Trooper. I might cut the Card Trooper for a second Raiden yet. I don't really know yet. Then we have, for the spells, 1 Regeki, Triple Reasoning, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Burial, 1 for 1, 1 Rekindling, 1 Monster Gate, 2 Void Seer, and 2 Charge of the Light Brigade to round up the spells. That's pretty standard for Infernoids. The Triple Reasoning, the Monster Gate, obviously you can get your mills. I'm thinking about possibly bumping Dark Hole up to 2, but I don't know what I'd cut yet. Then moving on to the traps. I also have a fun little tech card you can play in this deck if you like it. We have 2 Breakthrough Skill, 1 Torrential, and 1 Solemn Warning. The funny tech card that I was thinking about playing was a Fiend Comedian. If you don't know what it does, it's toss a coin, call it. If you call it right, banish all cards in your opponent's graveyard immediately. If you call it wrong, mill the same number of cards in your opponent's grave from your deck. And that card it's pretty cool, actually. It's a really old card. It's only about not even $1. So if you're thinking about running some really cool fun techs, just play around with your friends, I'd recommend that card. Now moving on to the extra deck, we have 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane, 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, then 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. I do really like this engine. It's really fun to play around, especially if you pull it off, because if you pull it off, you're in a really, really good position, but it does take up a lot of resources, so it can be bad at some points. Then we have 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Goyo Guardian, 1 Yazi, 1 Michael, 1 Leo. Moving on to the Xyz, 1 Dark Rebellion, 104, Honor Arc, Cowboy, Castell, Gemini Pearl, and then probably the worst card in the extra deck. I'd cut this for a foul grind immediately, but I can't find mine at the moment. And this card actually, if you can make this, it's a 4K beater, and that's really, really nice and can pop a monster, but the only reason it's in here is for when you're going against things like super quantums, and they get the big guy out that says, no man, I'm unaffected and I have 36 attack, how do you beat me? Well, this is your answer. It's going to take a synchro and then an Atondel. It'd be much easier to make with Omega, because you could summon 2 Atondel and have 2 Atondel on field, and then the Omega would come back, and then you can make this. But if you guys do have the money, I would cut this for, what's it called, a Falgrand. Cut this and this for an Omega and a Gaia Knight. Then cut the Stardust Dragon and let's see, this for a Scarlight Dragon, Hybrid Dragon between Scarlight or whichever one it is, the Cosmo Killer, and then take this out for Scrap Archfiend. And then I'd leave these in unless you wanted to take them out for some other cool tech cards, I guess. Oh wait, no, rank 7s. If you're gonna play rank 7s, Big Eye and your Red Eyes Flare. Take the You probably pretty much just take these cards out, and then you'd be good. But the rest of the extra deck right here is pretty solid. For the main deck, I don't really think there's much I would change to anything in here. It is pretty much the, how do I put this, mandatory, I guess, Infernoid lineup. But you could obviously change whatever cards you want to, find better tech cards or anything. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Check my channel for more. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you do feel like it. So this is King Pengu signing out.